Happy Friday, everybody. Good morning. Talk of the town is Bitcoin came very close to filling this gap around 77K. And I've been telling everybody since this gap up happened, you can go past, check my video since 11th of November. Since this gap up happened, I was telling this is going to be filled at some point. I don't know when. And you can see now 3 months after we are again coming back to filling this gap fully. Still a little bit of gap left. You can see this gap will be filled around 77K. So let's go and see how things are looking. It's right now sitting nicely on support. So I'm expecting after this gap fill a rally because there is also a top gap here. If I go to 1 hour chart on Bitcoin, this gap down, if I zoom in, you can see here this gap down, you can see massive gap down. This will be filled. So I think what I'm expecting Bitcoin to do is after filling this bottom gap, a rally. Okay, so we are expecting this to fill at some point, maybe over the weekend, if not today, and then a rally back. And maybe that's gonna make everybody crazy, like what's going on, like people will think it will be going more down, but it could rally from here. But anyhow, let's go and see all the levels of all the individual indices. Guys, please hit the like button while I'm reviewing it. It only takes 1 second to hit the thumbs up button. I really appreciate that, and that will be really good for the channel growth. You can see MES, Nasdaq, and S&P 500 in the buy zone here, in the green lines here. This is where you want to be buying. Massive sell-off yesterday across the board. You can see SOXL, FNGU, QLD, all leverage ETFs are smashed 17%, 11%, 5.5%. All the big stocks like NVDA got smoked like 8.44%, AVGO 7%, Tesla 3% down. All the chip stocks were like down like crazy. SMCI 15% down, again down 7%. So a lot of volatility, and that's really good for trading and for the daily investors. Okay, so where we are right now in the buy zone, guys, you can see all of these were in the buy zone, and now also they're sitting on the buy zone. Even Bitcoin is also sitting on the buy zone and then bouncing. And from long-term perspective, if you look at S&P 500, you can see here we are very close to this green line. I'm calling a bottom very soon because this is where we usually take turn, and we came to the neutral line. So I'm expecting a rally. And if you're a bull, if you are a bull, we could still go from here, which is the neutral line, white line, to the red line, 10% pump around 6500. That's still possible, guys. We come back to neutral zone in a bull trend and then go back to red line. So you can see neutral line is where we usually, it's not bulls or bears game. It's evenly poised situation here. So if you go higher, you can try to short in this area. If you go lower, you need to buy here. So right now, I think I'm expecting a rally, and even if it is short term, expecting a rally for sure. In terms of daily chart, let's go and see. You can see, let's go to SPX. Where is it? Here you go. So massive sell-off on SPX. There is a gap here, slight gap left. So they could at market open, they could try to fill that gap very briefly. And actually, if you look at SPY, it's already filling that gap. It's let me see. No, actually, SPY is a little bit higher, but they could try to fill this gap very quick. This gap is like only from here down, maybe like what 0.4%, very quick. Maybe 10 minutes they will fill it and then start ramping up. One good news about the bulls, there is a gap. Like if I go to SPX, there is a top gap which is still not filled. There is a gap here. You can zoom in and see. So I am expecting a rally to fill that gap. So even if you buy SPY or SPX at the close yesterday or this morning, 5% possible pump is coming, guys. Be careful here. Do not short. This is not where you want to be shorting. Even on the weekly chart here, you can see we are below white line. Okay, this is 20 moving average. Every time we touch white line or go below, we get a massive rally. We bounce, and this is perfect time to buy. Same thing for Nasdaq. You can see every time we go below white line, that's the area you need to buy. You can see come here, buy, 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 buy. This is perfect, guys. This is perfectly you want to buy. And DX1, the one thing I want to share with you, this pre-election gap, they might want to fill that. Okay, we are very close to filling that gap. They might want to do that today. So where it closed on Friday to that gap is around 1.45%. So don't be surprised if they try to fill that gap. But if not, they could rally and then come back later to fill that gap too. Because on 1 hour chart, we are very, very oversold. You can see divergences are happening, very, very oversold. And even on live futures, you can see same thing, very, very oversold. So with divergences forming. So just be mindful of that. Don't be too super bearish here. Look to buy these dips. And in terms of Dow Jones, uh, this gap is filled, so I did not delete it. There you go. So there are a couple of gaps. They might want to fill these top gaps. If not, then this big gap here, they might want to come back down. We'll watch and see. IWM also, this gap now they're trying to fill this gap, and they're fully filling this gap. And I think I'm expecting a bounce from here, to be honest, sooner than later. And in terms of, I already covered Bitcoin. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum is in terms of lows. If I look at Ethereum gaps, next gap is around 1800. All depends on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin can hold here and then bounce, it's good. If it still needs to fill this gap at 77k, so it could come over the weekend, come back down. That could help Ethereum to fill this 1800 gap. So just keep that in mind. Before it's going higher, there could be more deeper pain coming ahead. Toronto Stock Exchange was again below moving averages, just trying to find support here. Probably it's going to bounce today. Hang Seng Index China also buy the dip on this green line at 10 moving average. Look to buy the dip. Could come as low as here, 21,900 before bouncing. Bond market in front of 200 moving average, struggling to go above. It really needs to bounce from there, and a couple of gaps on the top as well. And in terms of commodities, US oil, very weak, very, very weak. Even yesterday we had a nice bounce, today also going lower, but all the oil stocks were very, very weak here. You can see all of them were very weak. CNQ going towards new low and still on a divergence, but very, very bad close here. SU, XOM, and CVX, all these are looking very low here. But anyhow, long-term perspective, these are good levels to buy. Natural gas buy the dip. Um, Looking for a weakness till mid of March, so look to buy the dip. Gold also finally cooling down, coming for this gap fill around 2770. So silver will follow it. Copper will also follow it, looking for a little weakness here. Sugar, inverse head and shoulder, and you can see now coming back to support. This area is a support here. You can see this whole area, so look to buy sugar here. If you want to hold for long term, wheat bouncing after touching red line, which is 50 simple moving average. Corn looking weak, all of a sudden massive crash because of divergence on RSI and PPO. Look, let's see where it finds support. We'll figure out. Dollar again bounce from the where it should be bouncing, so nicely recovering now dollar. So this is good news if you are a dollar trader. And in terms of stocks, guys, there's a sale. So Apple was down, actually it's down pre-market, and in terms of stocks which I like, Google, we can see near below 200 moving average. Amazon near 200 moving average, guys. Microsoft below. These are the stocks you want to really buy. NVDA, you can see these are all the stocks you want to buy for long term. It's super sale. If you don't want to buy now, when you're going to buy, guys? Tesla is down. I think Tesla is coming to fill this gap around 252. And then if that doesn't hold, it's coming all the way down to 217, guys. This is the area, guys. AMD, you can see. It's just name it. Any stock you want, it's on sale. It's really good time to buy. SMCI also coming significantly down, and even I think CrowdStrike also near 50 moving average. Service now near 200. Like a lot of stocks are near 200 moving average. So why don't you go ahead and grab everything you like? Okay, this is best time to buy. Okay, last thing, MSTR. I was telling, released multiple videos saying there was a gap here, will 100% fill, and they did fill it. And now there are a lot of gaps here. You can take a screenshot of this and you can decide which gap is going to be filled next, guys. It's like, to be honest, if you want to see real support on MSTR, real support is here. Like if you are a bull, I hate to say that, this is where the real support is around at 180s, okay, 180s, 170s. This is where I think it's going to come and then it's going to consolidate, but still from where it is, it could go low as 27% more down. So anyhow, just be careful, guys. Very, very crazy market here. VIX after a massive bounce, consolidating. If it breaks down, that's good for market. If not, if it consolidates here, it might want to fill this $27 cap. So be careful. All right, guys, hit the like button on your way out, and I will talk to you later. Bye.